Hi everyone, Matt here from Proof Fly Fishing. I wanted to introduce you to a new product that we just came out with. It's the Proof Cork Clamp, and it's got a couple special features to it that I'm excited about. It's one we use in our shop here, and we've kind of been refining the design for quite a while now, and we're happy with it to the point that we're excited to offer it on the site. So first thing, it consists of a threaded rod, 12 inches long, and it has a star cap on it. So instead of using wing nuts, which you'll see in many clamps, this is a lot easier to hold on to. It's a lot faster to adjust the grip. And it also features, we've got washers, we've got a cork spacer here, which is going to create kind of a pad or a cushion for the bottom of your grip so that the washer doesn't kind of indent the grip as you're applying pressure. So to kind of show you the features, what I want to do is walk you through gluing up a grip. We're going to do a short grip this time. So our first ring goes on, and we just push it all the way down to the bottom. And we're going to use Tight Bond 3. It's a waterproof wood glue. And what you'll want to do, I usually pour some in like a cup or on a piece of aluminum foil as I go. And you'll brush that onto the top of that first ring to the point, you don't want it kind of dripping off the edge, but you want a nice, thin, even coat. If you're going to err on one side, err on the side of putting a little too much glue on, because when we clamp it, the excess glue will get pressed out. Too little glue and it'll crack on you as you're shaping it or as you're fishing. So we're going to go stack our rings on here. Assuming we're gluing between each one, of course. And when we get the desired number, we're going to top this one off with one of our cork bark rings too. And I'll show you why in just a minute. Now, if you look at this grip, I don't know if you can see that exactly, but there are some gaps. Sometimes cork rings are not perfectly flat for a variety of reasons. They're off by just a little bit, and that's not a big deal. But what we want to do then with the clamping is give that glue the proper pressure it needs to adhere the two pieces, but also get rid of any inconsistencies in the cork itself. So you notice we've got quite a bit of space between the two, between the top of the grip and the top of the rod. And it's going to take a while to get our clamping device, this piece, down. So what we've done with this clamp is we've left some threaded rod on the bottom. And what I like to do is chuck it up into a cordless drill, just like this. And if we have glue on here, you want to watch your speed, because we're going to be creating centrifugal force. It's going to want to take the glue that's on the center of that ring and push it to the outside if we go too fast, and we want to avoid that. So we want to use a reasonable speed, but not too fast, so that we're throwing glue all over the workshop. And now we're down to the point where we're starting to get a little bit of pressure. Now what you want to look for, I usually have a piece of paper towel in my hand and I'll wipe the grip off, because even at this point we're getting a little glue that's getting pushed out to the edges. And it's going to make shaping the grip easier if you can control that now. So give it a good wipe down, and then as you hold that grip, I want you to watch the seams between the cork rings. At first they might seem a little loose, you'll see little gaps, you might see inconsistencies. They don't have to line up perfect, that's fine. We want a little bit of room for in the center. So give it a little squeeze. You'll see glue press out from there, that's perfectly fine. Wipe that off, being careful not to get glue on the bottom and the top ring. Those are our pads, those are what are protecting our grip as we clamp it. Simply reverse your drill and remove it. And if you'll notice here, the top ring in particular, we've got a cork bark ring, which is, it's not super fragile, but it's not something you'd want to like smash a washer into. So that's that's offering some protection for that top ring. And then each of our clamps comes with an oiled walnut base. Slip it in there, let it sit overnight or for 8 hours roughly. After that time period, again, you can use the drill. Sometimes getting these grips off the mandrel that we glue them up on can be really difficult. You're trying to force it off and it cracks. So again, at this point, chuck it up, hold on to that grip, put it in reverse, and now because everything's glued up, you can go ahead and really open it up fast. And then remove the pad and the washer. And then if this were glued up, what I would do is kind of put my hand on it to support it, and then just slowly run that drill in reverse. And that'll loosen the grip up off the mandrel and allow you to slide it off without cracking the grip. Last thing, I didn't mention this in the beginning, but before you start gluing up, what you'll want to do is make sure you coat the threads with some sort of like petroleum product. I just use Vaseline because it's easy. And what that's going to do is keep the glue from bonding to the metal rod and just basically gluing the grip to the mandrel. So that's it. That's the proof cork clamp. Pretty straightforward, but it's got a lot of features that make working with grips easier. Thanks.